You know that sound, don't you? That kind of eerie, rhythmic bloop, bloop, boop, boop. Well, according to some pretty unusual files we've looked at, it's often the last thing deep sea divers report hearing.
Right before they turn back. Or sometimes things get strange.
Exactly. And that sound, that bloop, that's really what pulls us into our deep dives today.
Because we're heading deep, deep down into the Mediterranean. We're talking abyssal depths where sunlight just doesn't reach.
Total darkness.
And something's down there. Something described in these whispers as soft, silent, and weirdly enough, scented like blueberries.
Blueberries, okay.
Yeah.
So this is where we meet the legend, right? Blueberrinni Octopussini.
That's her. And the initial reports, the first glance you get from these files, it's almost quaint.
Yeah, like picture this. A fuzzy blueberry for a head, 8 little delicate arms, humming lullabies. It sounds kind of sweet, almost harmless.
Almost. But that's the hook, isn't it? Because the deeper you dig into these declassified memos, these whispered stories, you realize Blueberrinni is, well, she's definitely not just some cute, quirky sea creature.
No, clearly not. So today, that's what we're doing. We're unpacking this whole surprising story. We want to get to the bottom of her alleged true nature. You know, where did she come from? What's her deal?
And what does this whole strange tale actually tell us? That's the mission, to sort of shortcut you through the myth and the mystery.
Okay, let's dive in. So these sources, they label her a psyops legend. What does that even mean in this context?
Right, it's a heavy term. It means she wasn't just an animal. She was supposedly an asset, part of a psychological operations strategy.
Like designed to mess with people's heads.
Exactly. The files point to this abandoned oceanic intelligence program, codename Frutti di Mare Nero. Black fruits of the sea, basically.
Okay, Frutti di Mare Nero. That definitely sounds ominous. A psyops legend created by an intelligence program. So what was her job, specifically? Why design her?
Well, according to these documents, her design purpose was, and this is a quote, environmental sabotage and psychological softening.
Psychological softening. Wow. Okay, and environmental sabotage.
How? Her capabilities sound pretty advanced, almost sci-fi. Infiltrating enemy waters undetected, dismantling their sonar grids.
How?
Get this, using jellyfish decoys.
No way, jellyfish.
Yep, jellyfish decoys. Ingenious, kind of beautiful in a terrifying way, and then she'd vanish. No trace.
Except, there's always an except in these stories, isn't there?
Right, except apparently for this lingering faint smell of jam. Blueberry jam, presumably.
Yeah, okay. Sonar, dismantling jellyfish, and the smell of jam. This is wild. It feels so theatrical.
It does, and it leans into that psychological angle. Like, her theme music was supposedly called The Sound of Your Fear.
Seriously, her own theme music.
That's what's claimed. And her motto, Brava ragazza rispetto, good girl respect.
Good girl respect.
And the whole operational philosophy was summed up as peaceful until it isn't. It really emphasizes that unnerving psychological edge over, say, brute force.
It really does.
Yeah.
Peaceful until it isn't. That's chilling. So was she operating alone in this weird program?
Well, no, that's another layer. The record suggests she had a partner, an unlikely one, too.
Let me guess. Something equally strange.
You could say that. Bananitta Dolfinitta?
A banana? Dolphin?
Apparently. Bananitta Dolfinitta. And they were allegedly trained together.
Or where? Can't just trade these creatures anywhere.
Their whispers point to an underwater base, somewhere off the coast of Sardinia.
An underwater base.
Okay.
The plot thickens. Sardinia. So you have a blueberry octopus and a banana dolphin. What was the thinking there? Why pair them up?
Well, the files suggest it was about balance, creating a specific dynamic. Bananitta, the dolphin, supposedly brought the chaos, the energy, maybe the distraction. Joyful, but disruptive.
Okay, the noisy one?
Sort of. And Blueberrinni, she was the opposite. All silence and shadows. Stealth, the unseen operator.
Yin and yang.
Exactly. The files literally mention yin and yang. Peel and berry, they called it. Designed to be this perfect complementary pair for whatever missions they had planned.
Peel and berry. Wow. But
yeah,
things went wrong. Or sideways.
Yeah.
Because you said she's a legend now.
Right. That's where the story takes another turn. She vanished, just disappeared from the official records from the program.
Oh, goof.
Pretty much. She became a legend, a ghost story whispered among divers and marine researchers. Sightings just dried up.
But the stories didn't stop, did they? You mentioned divers earlier.
No, the stories continued, maybe even grew stranger. Shaken divers reporting, weird underwater songs, finding their equipment tangled up in ways that made no sense, and sometimes catching these fleeting, glowing blueberry-like glints in the absolute dark, deep down.
That would definitely make the hair on your neck stand up, just a glint in the dark. So what happened to her? Do the files offer any clues? Theories?
There are theories, but nothing concrete in the documents we have access to. Competing ideas, really. Some people claim she's out there guarding a specific reef, like one where lost submarines end up, a sort of spectral guardian.
A guardian. Okay, that's one thing.
Others have a more sinister take, that she's gone rogue, maybe building an army.
An army of what?
Weaponized fruit sea hybrids, like her.
Okay, an army of fruit sea creatures. That's quite a leap.
It is. But the point is, nobody really knows. The official trail goes cold. She exists now purely in these stories, these reports, these fragments. The mystery is the main thing that endures.
The mystery absolutely endures, which, yeah, brings us right back to that sound, doesn't it?
It does, because they say, every so often, when the water's completely still, the currents are just right.
You hear it again, that sound, bloop, bloop, bloop.
The Octopussini.
And it just hangs there in the silence.
Leaves you with that really unsettling question, doesn't it? Is she still down there, or is she watching?
So, quite a journey we've taken there. Through the story of Blueberrinni Octopussini. Started with something that sounded, frankly, a bit silly.
A blueberry head, right?
Yeah, and ended up with this complex figure, a potential deep-sea operative, a psyops tool, and now this enduring, haunting legend of the Mediterranean.
It's such a strange blend, isn't it? Part myth, part spy thriller, part something else entirely. It really highlights how these kinds of stories, especially linked to intelligence ops that go dark, can take root.
It really does. And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
What is this whole story of Blueberrinni, this myth, this maybe real tool of intelligence, this complete mystery? What does it tell us?
About the deep ocean, sure.
Which holds so many secrets already.
Right. But maybe also about us, about the things humans create, these projects, these ideas that get abandoned maybe, and then just take on a life of their own down there in the dark.
Exactly. It really makes you wonder, what else is lurking down there? What other stories, what other secrets does the ocean still keep? Makes you think.